there's a dream that is kind of the focus of what sets the stage for the book. But I'm always curious in terms of dreams, visions, supernatural, charismatic kind of experiences. Was that something you saw growing up, or when did that first break through for you? I'm always curious when that
Wow.
starts for somebody.
Wow, that's really interesting. No, I did not grow up with that at all. As a matter of fact, I grew up in a very conservative evangelical denomination, a part of the Wesleyan holiness movement, right? So we believed in sanctification, we believed in the fullness of the Spirit, but had nothing to do with the gifts of the Spirit or dreams or visions or any of that. We were actually had those things discredited most all of our lives and made suspect of. And so I was really by training kind of reticent to the whole concept because of our training. But it really began for me. I was pastoring a denominational church in 2001. I tell the story in The Sound of Awakening, but I ended up going to Buenos Aires, Argentina, with Carlos Anacondia and this group of Argentine revivalists, Claudio Frazon and others. And I went down there for a large conference. And in that conference, Sean, I had this remarkable open vision, the likes of which I'd never had in my life, right? And I think my training had dispositioned my spirit to be suspect. And so therefore, I didn't embrace. But I had this vision that was an undeniable thing, a reality in my life. And by the way, real quick, when I went on that trip, my wife gave me a journal and she told me that watch Tuesday, something big is going to happen on Tuesday. And so we were in Argentina on that Tuesday morning, and I saw this towering angel standing off the platform in this meeting in downtown Buenos Aires. And this angel was massive, and it was like it was holding this sword up in front of its face. And then out of the two blades of the sword suddenly unfurled the flags of the nations. And it was like, and I knew immediately by Holy Spirit that we were entering into a time where I felt like the Lord was ministering that we were going to move into a time where we would see global awakening and transforming revival in the nations of the earth. And by the way, to cut that story short, by the way, that Tuesday morning was September 11, 2001. And at the end of that service, I just had this angel vision, which was the first vision I ever had in my life. And but at the end of that, I still have the Bible with me today. But I had this Bible with me in that service, and they told us to take our Bibles and write down in the back of the Bible where we were the day the world changed. And so that vision really began to launch us into a direction that we would have not really had the foresight to choose for ourselves. The Holy Spirit encapsulated in that moment a lifetime of desire and then birthed out of that encounter a remarkable journey.